Oh, my hair is like, wow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, AD Walker, the pusher, to grow, the motivator. I appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us every single day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you do what you're supposed to do and share, because sharing is caring. So today is Freestyle Friday, but I want to talk about a few things. Uh, some politics, and also some stores that have closed. And are they still in your area? Stores that have closed, and are they still in your area? All right. So this is your opportunity. We're gonna come back. So I'm doing this, and then I do the waiting period while we share, because sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. So make sure you do that, and we'll be right back right after this um, quick holding space. Hold one moment. Yeah.
Brother,
What up, my man?
top of the morning to you, brother.
Top of the morning. Uh,
Man, how you feel this morning, man?
man, I'm amazing, on top of the world. If I
Man,
was
I was
any
thinking
better,
the same
I'd be
thing.
flying. You said you're
I
thinking the
was
same thing?
thinking the same thing. I was like, I could do three hoops with one leg if I wanted to. You know what I mean? I was like, golly, what a jump rope that? Man, full of energy, got me
Man.
some good sleep last night. I'm
All
like,
right.
ooh. But let me calm it down. Let me
Yes,
calm it
indeed.
down.
Let's go. Blessings, Lisa. Thanks for sharing. What up, Jeff?
Morning,
Good
Lisa.
morning. Good
Morning,
morning.
Jeff.
Good morning. Good morning. All right.
Yeah.
So, it's a couple of things. So let me ask you this. Well, not even ask.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh, off the rip.
no, not let's take it light. Let's take it light.
Oh, okay.
I was
All right.
I was
Let me fall back
perusing.
into it.
Yeah, I was perusing Facebook, right? And
Perusing.
perusing. Did I share it? Okay, there we go. And it was a thing about like stores that had closed.
Mm.
So I was going through some of them, and I was like, some of them I don't really remember. Maybe it was like before my time, because the way that the lettering looked, it looked very 80ish. It looked like a log. Okay, so is Payless Shoes closed for good? I know the one we had here is gone. So, in my world,
Oh
it's
yeah.
gone. I haven't done the
Anybody out
research,
there
but
in the DOL land, Google that, but I believe so.
I believe so. Okay, so
Yeah.
Payless Shoes, Toys R Us. I hear Toys R Us is going to try to make a comeback. Um, they are still on. Yeah, okay. Jeff said they're going here, right? Which means they're probably going everywhere. What's up, Mama Corey? Great
Morning,
morning.
Mama McCoy.
Um, so yeah, I think Toys R Us because they still have a TikTok. Jeffrey be busting out. He's like, we making a comeback. Either they're just available online. I don't know where they're at, but I think they're hinting at making a comeback, or probably just trying to see if there's still interest out there.
Mm.
It's probably not as much because we're just nostalgic. So we would follow Jeffrey because we just grew up with you. I don't know if we go there to buy stuff. We probably go to Amazon first.
What about Bed Bath and Beyond?
Are they gone?
Oh, somebody Google that. Bed Bath and
And
Beyond.
Beyond? No, I think they're still
Yeah.
around. Not like I'm a fan. Like you hear me? Oh my god! No, I've
Nah,
never
man,
really
I
been there.
go and get all my linen and stuff like that.
Okay,
You know
so
what
you
I'm
used to
saying?
go in there. Okay,
Used
you was
to, used to
a
now.
supporter.
Now I'm just Amazon everything. You know what I'm saying?
Amazon killing everybody.
Yeah, Amazon.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. I thought I've seen them. It said it's still Bed Bath Beyond there. Okay. Jeff said
Oh,
it's
okay.
still there.
I know the one at our mall. They just shut it down.
Wow. They're probably cutting back. Let's see what else I got in there. Well, we know KB Toys. Toys R Us going. KB Toys is going. They've been going a minute though. They've been going since I feel like the 80s or 90s or something like that, early 2000s. He said, I love me some Amazon. See, that's the problem, Jeff. You
Yeah.
part of the problem.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, I've been an Amazon loyal customer for over 10 years.
Wow.
10 years.
Wow.
I was there when the Prime membership was $69.
Wow.
It's a lot more now.
Right.
It's a lot more now.
To this day. So there's Borders. Remember Borders and Books? The books and music store, Borders.
Yeah, Barnes and Noble, yeah. I haven't seen a Barnes and Noble. I mean, I'm not saying they're gone.
No, Barnes and Noble's still around.
Okay,
we got one. We got one around here. They
okay.
They survived. They holding on. They yet holding on. Because
Okay.
Amazon was
thinking.
taking care of them too because they started out with the books. What up, Mr. Phillip? Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Phillip.
And we know Blockbuster.
Mr. Phillip. Good morning, Phillip. How you doing, brother? That's AD with the Mister. How you doing, Phillip?
You ain't doing a Mister? No Misters here. What up, Phil? Shorten your name like that ain't even my name. Phil. What up, Phil? Blockbuster. But it's funny about Blockbuster. I heard they closed. Not necessarily because of Netflix. Not necessarily.
You went all the way to Blockbuster? Wow, you went back. I mean, I could go back. Remember Esprit or Espirit? E-Spirit.
Oh, an E-Spirit. I think I was on my list. E-Spirit. Wasn't it like a shoe store or something?
Oh, it was clothing. It was
clothing, right? Oh, yeah, because I think I had an E-Spirit something shirt or something. I remember.
Yeah, it was clothing. Remember that? Yeah,
right?
All that back in the day.
Wow. He said, right on, Kaneem. He said, I even wrote Jeff Bezos an email to thank him, and his secretary responded. Wow.
Oh, no, that's tight.
That's tight.
It wasn't him, but it was the person right next to him, though.
Right. That matters. That's cool. I can deal with that. Yeah. Said, good morning, my brother. Hope all is well. Look forward to seeing my family next weekend. Are you coming through? All right. All right,
Auntie, do what you do.
Exactly. So yeah, like I said, I think from what I've been hearing and doing a little more Netflixing research, Blockbuster closed because what they called it was over leveraged. It was over leveraged. So Viacom basically used it to put debt into it. So of course that's how they got rid of it. They just used it as a space to throw their debt.
Bro, I had a Blockbuster account. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think I can get like 4 or 5 movies every month or something like that.
Oh, you had the monthly joint, like
because it was coming in the mail just like Netflix because I had the
Right.
Netflix
Right.
and I had the Blockbuster. But
You
on
can
that
go
with Blockbuster, I can go in and
right.
get
That's
something
what
I
made
want
it
to watch.
better.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But
That's what
it
kind of
was
tripped me out why they didn't survive. Because I'm like, at the time, they actually were getting better than Netflix because you can go into the store and get movies too. Like I was, all the
but the
time.
only thing about it is that the Netflix was only I think mine started out to be $7.99.
Right. It
It
was
was
cheaper.
$7.99, but everything was online.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
when Blockbuster, they had all of them brick and mortars
Right.
and folks wasn't bringing stuff back and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But with Netflix, everything was digital. We ain't
Right.
have no brick and mortars. Hey, you
Right.
send me one, I send you one back. Or I think I had the 3 CD package or 3
Okay.
DVD
Okay.
package.
I got you. I
You
got
know
you.
what I'm saying? So I'm like, shoot, I watch the movie here, I put it in the
Right. Right.
mailbox.
And they
Yeah.
said get another one coming.
The
Right.
same with GameFly. I was with GameFly for probably about 10
Oh,
years. You know what I'm
is it
saying?
still around? Gamefly. Let me get Pastor on it.
Yeah.
Good morning, Pastor.
Good
Morning,
morning.
bro.
Happy
Morning,
Friday,
brother.
everybody. Good to see you all.
It's nostalgic Friday.
Me and AD all hyped up this morning, man. We crunk. So you have to get in where you fit in, bro. You have to get in where you fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
I have a
man.
public service announcement to make.
Oh.
Oh, Lord.
I want to bring something to everyone's attention.
Bring it.
There's a brief investigative reporter out in the field, and he caught this recording, and it was sent to me, but it was sent to me in the form of a TikTok. Now, it hit me hard because this deals with protecting your property, protecting your loved ones, standing your ground. But it also, on the other side, it could be offensive to those who love animals. So I want to show you all this video, and I want you to decide for yourself whether or not this guy should be counted as a criminal or he should be counted as a savior. But I need you to hear his explanation. CBS was on the scene interviewing him about this incident that happened. So I want you all to be the judge of whether or not. I'll just let you all see.
I think you and me ought to have. I got in my mailbox one morning.
Oh, I saw that one.
I just checked my mail. And I turn around and go. I hear. And I turn around and there's the chicken out there in the street. I said, oh boy, here we go. Turn around, walk back to my place. Now the chicken's in my yard. Now his neck flares up and he's doing his thing and he's trying to jump up at me. Well, I'm not 80 years old. Well, I move a little bit quicker than my dad, which he come and kind of ambushed my dad, assaulted, whatever you want to call it.
Not the assault.
So I pick up a stick in the yard and I try to hit it, but the chicken's jumping up at me and I accidentally knocked it in the head. You know, call it a lucky shot, whatever. The chicken rolled around on the ground right there in my yard up here, and then it just laid there in the ditch. I didn't know to give it a 21 gun salute. Mouth to mouth, or call the chicken ambulance. So I just left it laying there beside the road. The kids told him that I killed his chicken. He grabbed the chicken, was yelling and screaming in my yard. And I just told him leave. But I did tell him after the chicken hit my dad, I said, hey man, the chicken attacked my dad. Oh, what's the deal? It's just a chicken. What's he gonna do? Okay, well, look. So it kept terrorizing and being aggressive. So I figure this is my property. I got a right to life, property, and live just like you do. If a man comes to attack you and you know kung fu, you're going to hi-ya him, right?
Not the hi-ya.
Is that? So I'm defending myself. I was feared for my safety, and the chicken, died. Chickens are dying every day, people at churches, Popeyes, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Really? I got
Chickens are dying every day.
He said, and kung fu, you're gonna hi-ya him. He said chickens dying every day. Woo! That was amazing.
I know, Jeff. I knew it was. At first, I could tell. I was like, I knew it was coming.
It's Friday. It's Friday. That video is the best video I've seen in a long long time. He said the chicken was terrorizing.
Yeah.
Terrorize the chicken. Let's see.
So I got a right to lie, just like you do.
Yeah, right. He said, him.
All right. Hi, him. Right.
Yeah. Listen, again, welcome to Brothers of Legacy. It's Freestyle Friday, guys. I know it's your first time here. I apologize. We're a little more together during Monday through Thursday. We kind of let it free, and this is kind of like an opportunity to kind of freestyle on either upcoming topics. Just kind of touch on things. He said, "Call the chicken ambulance." Ambulance.
I love it.
So let me ask you guys, and Dr. Rollins sent me a article basically saying that like Stacey Abrams wasn't receiving a lot of black male support, however they got the statistics or whatever. But the question is, and kind of the reason she sent it to me, like, do you feel like when it comes to the voting process, are black men supportive, or are they part of the process? Our faces are there, obviously, with Warnock and Walker. But as far as us in the
you do.
I mean, they're both black, though. I'm saying we can't deny that. I didn't say educational level. I just said who they are and what we see.
Even though it's your platform, I just felt like just interrupting you when you did all that. I was trying to be disrespectful. Wow.
I'm just saying.
Let me intentionally disrespect his whole platform. Like, what? Herschel Walker?
But either way, either we agree or not, there's still a representation. Sometimes it's unfortunate, but it's still a representation. So my question is, are we more engaged or part of the process? Like, not even because, we get into the money spaces, the power places, you know what I'm saying? We are who we are, as people, as men, you try to do the come ups and stuff, but part of the volunteer process or the voting process or, the political aspect that doesn't include, receiving some kind of clout or celebrity part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Are we part of in the civic activity? Do you feel like we are part based on what you see? Because all of our perspectives are different. Based on what you see, those you engage, do you feel like we are civically active, or do we kind of not really get totally involved?
For myself, man, I have not volunteered to do any voting.
Okay.
I guess just to be a volunteer, then in one of the precincts,
like a campaign or something, or help, or
I have not. I haven't went there to help out because they do it at our elementary and the high school in Douglas County.
Right.
But don't get me wrong, I'll vote, and I try to promote others to vote. But as far as me volunteering at a polling station, trying to help out, even if it's just with traffic, trying to direct traffic, I haven't done that yet.
Right, actively try to be involved, because this is just one level. I'm curious about that part, as far as being involved, as well as far as your circle of people, are they engaged in the political process of voting? Do they take time to it? Like I unfortunately have known folks. I don't vote. It don't make it don't make a difference voting kind of thing.
I laugh at folks like that.
Right.
My vote don't count. What's the use? What? It ain't gonna go nowhere. I was like, you know what? Your whole mindset is stupidity.
Right.
Like all these reasons. Well, why don't you look up the definition of voting?
Yeah.
That don't matter. It's just wasting my time. I said, yeah, you wasting my time by listening to you. That's what you do.
Right. Then he said, I feel he wasn't wrong. Like he said, the chicken was on his property and whatnot. It's my property. I mean, listen, if somebody, I'm just waiting to blow up Shwait, Brothers of Legacy to get big, and I'll get in trouble with Peter. I know it's gonna happen because I've got no shame. I got no shame in taking out an animal that's in violation, that's in my space, and I apologize, guys. It does. Yeah, I have no dog, cat. Like you know, me and my wife had that conversation. Y'all know that if the dog bites, yes, it's done. Like it's a dog. Like I get the emotional connection. I get it because I used to clown it, but I'm like, I get it because now, especially having dogs, you get it. You get kind of attached, but yeah, if the dog begins to act very animalish, like, yes, it's me or him. Yeah, like I can't just let that stuff slide. So yeah, so I already know we're gonna have a Peter battle at some point. Someone gonna ask me a question, be like, I have to take it out. Like, oh my god, it's an animal. It's an animal. All right, what up, Ebro? Just a representative in the building.
What up, good bro?
What's going on?
Right?
I was in the back room. What's good with you?
All is well. All is well. So yeah, so we talked about. So do you guys in your circles? Do you have people that don't vote or don't get a part of the civic process because they don't trust it or believe it? But we know the political parties are just one part of what you're voting for when you go in the booth. There's initiatives and things that happen and that tax stuff. What's going on? Point of reference? Yes.
And this for everybody. Well, I know the panel gonna give me some feedback, but this for everybody.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Well, let me put in perspective first. World War I, small country dominated by a big country.
Okay.
That was igniting factor. World War II, same thing. Small country, bullied by a bigger country.
Yeah.
Now, if Russia go in and dictate to Ukraine and decide that they're gonna go against the United Nations and full on warfare, do you think that we would vote to go to war, or do you think that we would be dismissive of what Russia did and leave it up to the United Nations to make that call?
Do I believe? You mean, do I think?
When we go for articles of war, it's usually a vote.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, do you think that we would vote, or will we leave it up to the United Nations to make that call?
Is Ukraine covered in the United Nations?
No, they're not.
And that's some of the issue.
But that's why we haven't done much.
Yeah, that's why we jumped in there. Yeah, and that's why Russia attacked them because you're not part of the crew.
Outside. Yeah.
Tell them to come sign up.
Only reason I was wondering because it seems like it has that same timeline as World War I, World War II, bigger country trying to dominate smaller country. Same thing each time. Now it's Russia doing it this time to Ukraine, and if they go in there with trying to, it's not genocide. They're just trying to acquire the whole country and
trying to take over.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder would that be the beginning of World War III?
I mean, for me. I think I don't think, because I think the Ukraine had went after they wanted to get into the UN. I think they got denied. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think they got denied.
That's the part that I think is lost on a lot of people. People forget what the mood was around Ukraine before they got attacked by Russia.
Right. Let's go.
Right now, Ukraine looks like a victim.
Right.
However, what was Ukraine before Russia attacked it?
Right.
Let's go back in time a little bit.
Right. Now, when Trump was in office, he was trying to manipulate Ukraine into doing his bidding for contracts that was going to benefit him in the future.
Right.
But I think Ukraine was trying to be like, hey, we'll do anything as long as we can get into this umbrella. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then when they found out that Trump was a fraud and a con artist, they was like, oh, now we out here on an island by ourselves. But don't nobody know what Trump was telling Putin.
Right.
Because they big time buddies. Hey, I'll do this, you do this, I'm gonna set this up. And Putin, like, you gave me a promise. I'm gonna go ahead Well, I make you honor this promise, even though you ain't in office no more. I'm going to get you.
This is Kadeem's take on it. I've never heard that, brother, but that's good.
Conspiracy, right?
I'm rocking with it.
I think Trump made a promise to Putin.
Right.
Putin was like, "Hey, you said Ukraine. If I do this, and you said that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going through with what you said. I don't care who president.
You like, you sure you're gonna be back in office? Yeah, I'm gonna be back in office. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and get. Look, I got that.
And it didn't happen.
Right.
Donald Trump. I bet you Donald Trump's goal was to make the U.S. look like Russia, Putin's Russia. That was his goal. That's why he didn't want to leave office. Right. Donald Trump wants to be a dictator.
Right.
Yeah.
Period. So inserting his name into the equation
changes everything.
Kicks all the rules out of the equation. Because Trump is a deal maker. Period.
Yeah.
So it's not beyond the pale for Trump to make a deal with Ukraine and make another deal with Russia and see what works out best. Right. So the problem with this entire argument is that you inserted the name Donald Trump alongside Vladimir Putin. Dealing with Ukraine, who was not a friend of the U.S. or the UN before the attack.
Right.
So,
it's
tough because to me, you don't have there's no integrity on the table.
Right.
No, from those leaders that are involved in that little circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's like, it's that moment that, the dude you ain't really like, but the dude that you really, really don't like, that's bigger is attacking him. It's like, I can't ignore it. I got to do something. That's why they sent money. They gave him like, here's a little something, just because I don't want the bigger dude to get any bigger. Right. So I need you to fight just a little. And, I'm sure like everything, the black op, like, I'm gonna send you a couple of these guys to kind of help with certain areas that are the biggest, the nuclear stuff, but we can't, I don't think they're going to get, like you said, I don't think we're going to get totally involved like that. I don't think we don't want Russia to take over Ukraine for, probably a host of reasons, resources and all that. But
now you have a bully trying to take over a smaller country.
Right. That's my point.
And the bully's losing.
Right. But I think before Kadeem, aka Redman, if y'all don't know who Redman is. Yeah.
Is he talking about
I don't know if I can talk to you. I know who Redman is.
Oh, okay.
Oh no,
I thought you said you don't know who Redman is.
Okay.
Go ahead. Anyway,
I'd have lost my New York card if I didn't know who Redman is.
What, son? What'd you say, son?
But like I don't, and historically, like I don't know my history as far as exactly what happened to start the war. But like you said, the smaller country. But I think the countries that were attacked were friends of us. Like we were cool with, like, and they're probably part of one of the agreements, whatever the UN agreements we had. Even if it was light, they were just attacking spots.
But the UN wasn't even.
No, I know. But remember, the United States still had friends, though. They still had people that they
they had allies.
That they protected and took and stole resources from, and be like, let me get this, let me get all of this, and I got you back. If something ever happens.
But just think though, we are a friend of Ukraine. We send them money, we send them aid. We are a megaphone for them through the United Nations to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm like, but anyway. I just thought I'd put that out there.
They kind of like the dude like down the street that you don't really care about, Kadeem, that just had a house fire, and you like, I don't want to just ignore. Like you see the fam just sitting on the side of the road, like, I can't stand this Negro, but I don't want him sitting out on the side. What you need, brother? Hey, I just need, and if you got it, especially if you got it, like, I do got it, like. Here you go, my brother. Like, here, like, just take care of your fam and, don't, just holler at me if you need, just to, and he come back like, hey, I just need like one more. I was like, yeah, I got this one more. All right, then, and then hold on. He may be like, I want to apologize for whatever it is that we got beef with a little bit, go ahead.
Mr. Reparations.
Oh,
was that Kool-Aid?
This is pink lemonade brought to us by a large retailer in the South.
Okay.
This just toast right here.
It would have been so much fun if that was actually Kool-Aid.
It's been wild.
I was getting ready to go in.
I'll make a mean batch Kool-Aid though. Don't play with my grape. Don't play with my grape.
I love Kool-Aid. It's
Kool-Aid.
you know, it's one of the things I won't buy bringing in the house, but if I was over somebody's crib and it was like Kool-Aid, is that Kool-Aid? My eyes would be like, oh yeah, it's going down.
I'm right there with you, man. I ain't bought a Kool-Aid pack in so long. I'm right there with you, man.
Right. But you wouldn't deny. I was like, I got some water, some orange juice, and I got some Kool-Aid. Oh, give me that glass of Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Don't make me go pick up the Kool-Aid.
What flavor?
Hey, don't even matter to me.
Yeah.
Don't even matter. It's hard to go wrong with Kool-Aid, but no flavor.
But yeah, so I don't think we're gonna get into that.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
You gotta remember how we was talking about
Poland.
Trump.
Okay, Poland, World War II. Okay,
there you go. Yeah. You got to remember how we were doing in about Trump and his legal issues.
Yeah.
You see now that the whole family under assault, they trying to get to the money now.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get some of this money back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Once we get some of this money back, then we'll turn it over to the IRS.
Right.
Then we'll turn it over to the state. Oh, okay. So now it ain't just him now. It's you and all your kids. Yeah. All your kids are involved. The ones that was trying to duck and dodge.
They'll all go to jail first before he do. He ain't going to jail.
I believe them two boys he got.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they going.
Yeah. I believe they would turn the coin on their dad. I'm trying to tell you.
They ready to fall on the sword. I think Eric fall on the sword.
Eric might fall on the sword.
Eric maybe, but Don Jr.
Don ain't going. Don is the heir of the throne.
Yeah. But you got to be free to be the heir, right?
Yeah.
He gonna be free though. He gonna be
Eric. I think Don Jr. is willing to go to prison just for what he gets when he gets out.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that.
But not too long.
I think it's all gonna crumble down and they're gonna be broke and it's gonna be their name gonna be trash and.
America, man. This is America. This is America.
If you notice,
Red man, this is America. This is America.
Everything going on in New York is civil.
Yeah, right.
Hey, that's what they said about Bernie Madoff. All that money, once the government got them tentacles in you, it's hard, boy.
Yeah, but Bernie Madoff was responsible for directly robbing people.
Right.
And Trump wasn't directly robbing.
He got a lot of things in between.
A system between him.
Trump is going to be accountable. Trump has to pay the price.
This right here.
You going to jail, bro? You think he going to jail?
From your rib, they will never be broke.
Yeah. We always go back and forth.
Yeah.
He said Trump has 18 lives.
Yeah. I don't think he going to jail, bro. Not him.
Nah. Yeah.
Ain't going to jail. Ain't going to be broke. He just going to skate into the sunset.
All I'm saying is show me.
This is America.
Show me where this played out differently.
Yeah, y'all, you keep saying this is America.
This is America.
See what he did to America? Yeah, it's not.
No. I didn't say I didn't.
I think what you have to consider, and we know that the elections are coming in November, but you have to consider the number of election deniers that have been nominated.
You got it.
Right, you have to consider the amount of money that's being poured into election deniers. Right, Cook Industries, millions and millions of dollars, being in support of election deniers. You have to think about policy that was just kicked back. The GOP just blocked a measure this week, if not yesterday, that prevents the smooth transition of power from one president to another. They wrote a bill that's supposed to guarantee the smooth transition of power, and the GOP blocked the bill yesterday. Wow. Yesterday, they're blocking smooth transition of power. Wow. Okay,
it's always I mean, just for them to write up another bill, it's always been a smooth transition of power until him.
Until now, right?
I mean,
it's just
been a thing. It's been a thing.
Right.
It's just like, oh, this is just a thing.
It's like
I got a question.
Traditionally,
it's always been a gentleman's handshake. Hey,
yeah.
This is my question.
Here's my letter.
If he does not go to jail, how will you feel about America and the justice system?
If he does not go to jail, I'll feel the same way. I mean, like I said, it's not gonna move the needle for me.
Wait, hold on.
I just got thought that he is gonna have some type.
You feel like you're gonna see something?
Something.
Because of all that's mounted against him.
It's too much, man. I mean, he got civil cases, federal cases, state cases.
Okay.
He gonna stay with
now where bro at right there, it leads back to what AD was talking about earlier. So the friends I got that don't vote is because of stuff like that. The friends I got that's holding on by a thread is stuff like that. It's like constantly not seeing things change, and it makes them feel like what's constantly under attack is, does my vote really count? And of course we shout, yes, it does. Please keep voting. Right. But it is not the easiest thing to keep winning people to, because of stuff like this, evidence. Like after the Secretary of State, the tape. I mean, that's guilty enough, right? So, like after seeing it fail time and time again, it's hard to encourage people to keep on with this thing. I very much believe that Trump will not go to jail, and like Kaneen said, it won't move the needle for me. I can very much see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, just like powerful people don't really go to jail like that. I mean,
Madoff was even outside the power. It's bigger than the power. It's okay. I'll show you. It's bigger than the power. Herschel Walker might win.
Oh, he
might.
Breaking news. But he's going to win.
But he's going to win. That's he has no power, right? It's like power behind him. But I'm saying that shows the whole what this thing that we in is what I'm saying. So the fact that he could possibly win. The man has said, "I'm not a politician."
Possibility to win without ever debating Raphael Warnock.
He done.
Yeah, he said he's not a politician. He said he's not all that. But I'm saying that kind of system that allowed Herschel to win is what makes people say, "I don't want to vote."
And understand, like, so let me tell you why I think he's going to win, and it has nothing to do with Herschel Walker. It has nothing to do with Warnock. Because I was perusing. My word today, perusing the numbers, right? I was looking at the numbers because they have the GOP election and they have the Democrat election or DNC election, to vote for who's going to be the runners. But they didn't really have the election for the DNC, but the GOP had the numbers was pretty big as far as population. I don't know, the way the numbers were stacked, and I look back and looking at the DNC, even with Warnock winning, it's not adding up. I feel like they have to turn some GOP people for him to win, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
But take what you just said and ask if somebody want to vote. Like it's a numbers game for you. It's not about the right person. People don't.
It's all numbers. This is all numbers. This is why he's running. I think.
So why would somebody want to vote? Why would somebody want to participate?
So you saying Kemp gonna win?
I feel Kemp is going to win too, but Kemp is maybe a little different. But I feel Kemp is going to win.
Well, I usually
I know. I'm sorry, guys. Bring y'all down on this Friday. This fine Friday.
Oh yeah, usually you vote all the way down your the ticket with certain people.
Sometimes.
That's what I
do. Oftentimes.
Yeah, that's what I do. I can't say like if I'm voting for Stacey Abrams, I am not going to vote for Herschel Walker.
Right.
But if I'm voting for Herschel Walker,
here's the reality. What percentage, maybe in the form of a question, what percentage of people do you believe actually vote based on policy as opposed to vote based on popularity?
1%.
That they see the most.
I'm gonna leave it 10. I said 10%.
Right, 1%. Like when you talk about the difference between Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker, right. Can you tell me something beyond the fact that Herschel Walker can't put a full sentence together?
Right. Beyond what, like on his stance, is possible? What are you saying?
Yeah, his position, right. Except the fact that he endorsed Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I want to share something with you. I want to share a clip from Pastor Mark Burns at an Eric Trump event. This is Pastor, African-American pastor, Mark Burns, preaching to a crowd, a Republican crowd.
Okay.
I've come in here to declare war on every demonic, demon-possessed Democrat that comes from the gates of hell. I can't hear nobody, America. Are you standing with me? Say yeah. Are you standing with me? Shout yeah. Are you standing with Donald J. Trump? Shout yeah.
DJ.
Are you ready for him to come back?
Is he the only black person in the whole crowd?
No, there's some black people. You see, I see.
I'm looking.
I see a sea of white.
I see a couple of scattered. Oh yeah, you good, Pastor.
I don't see no. Hey,
now here's the question.
That's foolishness too, though. You know what I'm saying? If you relate these demons and Democrats,
yeah, I ain't know from the gates of hell.
You want to know, like if you want to know why I search for, why I read my Bible, it's moments like this, right? Because I like look at what your wife just said, Sister Curvey.
Oh, said Mark Burns does not count. He's for himself. I don't understand how he even has members. Right.
But here's the thing. You said something very, very significant, Sister Curvey. You said he's for himself, which means if there's any candidate that he's going to support a candidate that's like him. Who was Donald Trump for?
Right. Himself.
Donald Trump is for himself. Anyone that is, so I feel like that if at this stage, if you're still supporting, because to me, it's got nothing to do with policy. It's got everything to do with integrity and character. I am not in support of Donald Trump because I see the person's character and I challenge his integrity. I don't even have to get to policy. That's all I'm saying. So when you consider that and that alone, knowing that no one is perfect, but when you look at the sheer number of cases out right now against Donald Trump, the number of investigations,
man, right? he can't keep up with him.
Right, he can't even keep up. Like attorneys are being told to run from him. The ones that support him now are because they've been made promises. Right. Otherwise, he'd have no representation. So that's the point. All of this stuff that we're talking about is void of logic. When you consider that environment where Mark Burns was, I can't get nobody to say anything. Can you hear me, America? He's talking to what he considers to be America. He's not talking to Trumpsters. That message is for America. And then you see all that applause. That's insanity.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
But
I mean, like your policies could be as consistent with my belief and my views as they want to be, but the sheer number of issues that surround you, you're not good for this country.
Right.
And yet you have half the country saying we want him back.
Yeah.
You have tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars being poured into candidates that support his position.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that tells me you have infrastructure and systemic support.
Right.
So when you consider Kemp and the possibility of winning Georgia, it's because of the institutional leverage that they have.
Right.
That's why a Herschel Walker can win.
Exactly.
Without putting a sentence together because of institutional leverage.
So, Pastor, how do you encourage somebody who sees that? How do you encourage them to keep voting when the game is rigged?
Okay, I see sin every day on the streets. Every day. It seems like we are overwhelmed with madness in this world. You think I'm going to stop talking about Jesus? You think I'm going to stop discipling? It doesn't matter to me how it looks. What matters is what I believe.
Well,
and I want to be a part of, I want to make sure that my name goes down in history as a change agent for the better. That's why I'll keep voting. I'll keep supporting. And here's the thing. I wanted to go back to something that you said earlier. You asked a question that came from Dr. Rollins, AD, about Stacey Abrams and civic duty.
Right.
Civic duty goes beyond jury, being on a jury, serving on a jury. Civic duty goes beyond just your vote. Civic duty is your voice. Your vote is not the only method of sharing your voice.
Right.
And my answer to that is, historically in my lifetime, yes, I have supported, I have gotten engaged, I have participated. Lately, not as much as I did when I was younger, because I have so many other commitments in my life. Not an excuse, but that's just my reason. So I completely support getting engaged, getting involved with your local politicians, because that's the only way you can affect change. What we tell people all the time is we don't have enough seats at the table. We're not there. And the only way to get there is to get engaged, is to participate, right? That's the reality. So we do what we can. Some people can do more than others. I've never had a desire to be in politics, but I definitely care about politics, and my political views matter to me. And I have supported politicians. I have campaigned for people. I've done that stuff in my life. So I was just wanting to answer that question just out of respect for it.
I got you. So to me, when it comes to voting, the ballot is bigger than even to governor and senator. There's so much more that happens on the ballot that means a whole lot. Like it. So that's what I've been telling folks that have turned people around. Like I remember I picked a young lady up driving Lyft, and she was in Bankhead, right? She lives in Bankhead, but change that. What used to be Bankhead, that's part of Buckhead, because it's nicer now.
Now it's Donald Lee Hollowell.
Right. So I was telling her, I was like, isn't it funny that this used to be Bankhead, now is considered part of Buckhead? She's like, yeah. Who do you think make these choices? Who do you think makes these decisions? She's like, I was like, exactly. Now Bankhead has lost more tax
lines, gerrymandering.
Right. And now Bankhead has lost more tax revenue to an area that they would probably have been able to fix. See these ugly streets? They would have been able to fix these streets, but now they've lost this tax revenue. I was like, so the ballot is bigger than just the politicians. So you're voting on money. You're voting on getting certain people in office, council members. You're getting the smaller folks that make the decisions that are down here, not just in Washington. So, I mean, to me, like voting, and that's how I've been kind of winning people over, because I had to get to that, because I got on there. You start seeing the initiatives. Do you want tax money? Do you want 2 cents out of every sales transaction to go towards such and such? And you start reading into it. Some of it, I was like, oh, heck no. I was like, I know it's 2 cents, but that is like $2 million over the course of a year. You're like, nah, they're not getting that money. There was one initiative that was, I think, church allocated, like for, those that are for churches, they get a certain amount of money to buy property.
Faith-based.
Yeah, and probably part of their faith, and it was on the ballot. I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. Of course I voted for it. So these are those small things. So anybody listening, watching now that have lost faith in the voting system, I feel you, because it's annoying. Like I said, because of the gerrymandering, Walker has a chance to live. He's gonna live. I didn't say he died. He's gonna win. Go ahead.
What you might want to think about, brother, is what county are you in?
I'm in Henry County.
So what you might want to think about is getting all the candidates for Henry County, since it's coming up,
right,
and have a little expose on your show. Hey, this candidate is such and such and such and such. This is the referendum. Yeah. This is what they're trying to accomplish. For those who are in Henry County, this is what they would like to do if they if they win office.
Right.
And you can just give, I don't know how many people on your platform live in Henry County.
My first questions and concerns is just why am I in Stockbridge, and there's a city of Stockbridge, and I'm treated like the redheaded stepchild. I can't vote for these big candidates, and I live right next door to the main hub of the city, and yet I'm ostracized. Why am I in this unincorporated area and I have this much voice, where my man across the street got this much voice? So that's my first question. But I know.
What you do about that?
There you go. We're gonna do about that first.
You talk about that. You know what I'm saying? So, you want people at the local level. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Talk about that. Like, hey, these are the candidates.
Right.
This person want to do this. This person want to do this. This is their history. Hey, what do y'all think about this? You know what I'm saying?
Look into that. Appreciate you. And you guys, if you guys connect with somebody, you can do the same. If they running for something, wanting to do something, and tell them, care what party you are. You about to get grilled. You gonna get grilled. Come on the show. You gonna get grilled. We're gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions. But real talk. This is honestly, I'm glad you brought that up, Kaneem, aka Redman. I want to dig into these politics, but from a logical perspective. You know what I'm saying? I'll have everybody on whatever side you present your argument and have a conversation.
Let's get some Republicans, man. Let's get some Republicans. I don't know independents.
Yeah, I mean that'll work too. Have a real conversation. Because there are some Republicans that don't like Trump, so that'll be an interesting conversation as well, and see where they stand. Well, someone start off without just putting the question. Yes, Jeff.
There go our first Republican right there. Come on, Jeff. What you got?
Let them know what a Republican want to know. Jeff.
What's up, Jeff? What's your question, my brother?
Jeff, my favorite Republican, man.
Is that
brought to you by the Democratic Party, baby? Yes, sir.
Oh man, right. I get what Alicia saying. Like when voting isn't tampered with, you want your vote counted. Like tampered is to me such a rough term. Like I get gerrymandering is using the rules for me to work. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's a rule that's there. But it makes it unfair, but it's part of what they're allowed to do. That's not really tampering to me.
Wait, let me ask you though. So you're saying you don't believe any tampering goes on?
Oh yeah, it happens. But I think the percentage is less than 1%. Honestly. If you look at the news, if you look at the statistics, tampering, less than 1%. That's my.
But would it actually be a statistic though? Like what?
It was actually happening. I don't. So my official position is I don't believe it's happening.
I said it back in '97. Like okay.
I don't believe it's happening to the effect of that everybody has both sides. Because when George Bush Jr. was running, that whole Florida thing. I never felt so bad for employees for Florida, those folks counting, and somebody dropped a stack of some things on the floor. I was like, oh man,
we own that.
The pressure. You got so much pressure. Everybody watching everything you do. Yeah, I felt so bad for them. Those having to count, not the officials, just the folks on the. That their job is to count ballots. Like I do this every 4 years. This is what I do. But he said that's all I got. So yeah, but I think I don't think it happens. I don't think it affects the country like that. Nope, not at all. I don't. Tampering? No.
I don't think it affects the country at all.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even lie to you. So I mean, and what really confirmed it is what the rhetoric that the whole Bush team was trying to push. You know what I'm saying? That the election was rigged and all that, and they went through all 50 states with all the counties and be like, where is that? Where the tampering at? You know what I'm saying? Like, if that was true,
and they questioned it,
tampering,
we would have found something.
They would be on the TV somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, such county in Backwood, Mississippi had this many, or such and such county in Montana had. Wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't none of that.
Right. So, so Mr. Reparations. So are you saying that there's tampering happening in our
something holding up the reparations? You feel me? Something blocking the vote?
I can tell you. I can tell you.
They never write a bill for that, bro.
Yeah,
that's we getting so close. We getting so close. Continue to support. First thing we need
you can't vote on nothing.
We gotta prove
It's
all
reparations.
lynchings. I'm telling
you.
Neither side is coming up with that bill.
Your closest thing to reparations was that stimulus check that you got.
No,
I ain't saying we ain't never. But
that was the proof that it could work.
Not those at the office right now. They ain't writing that bill.
We ain't trying to even give all America.
Look at my face. Neither side.
No.
Neither side jumping in. There may be a minority on one of the sides, and I'm gonna say like one of the sides. Like there may be one that like, you know what? They may if you don't shut up, you're not gonna be in this room again.
When they was giving you $1,200 per child, and you had some, and I know some women that got 7-8 kids.
Yeah,
they came out of there with $10,000-$15,000.
They're good. They felt like they got this. They got this.
Yeah, I mean, it only lasts like 30 days, but they still got a lot of money though.
Yeah. They ain't gonna last long.
It's all good. It's all good. All right. So thank you guys. We had a great, fruitful conversation today. Hopefully, you got something out of it somewhat. It's Friday. You know, if you didn't, it's all good. You got entertained. That's good too. If all hearts and minds are clear.
Hold on. It's 10 o'clock. Go ahead, Brian. Do you think, brother?
The joke?
Yes. Yes. You already know.
What did the ocean say to the beach?
I don't know.
Nothing. It just waved.
All right. Deuces.
What did the janitor say when he jumped out the closet? Supplies.
Like just hit the button. Like why you don't?
Hold on. I got at least 3. Can we get 4? Let's get 4.
Why do seagulls fly over the ocean?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, we call them bagels. I had an attitude with math when I was young. I didn't like math at all. My mom said, "How come you don't like math?" I said, "Because it's all about solving problems." I said, "Math should grow up and solve its own problems."
Okay, just like
that's it. Let's go.
Hit the button.
Wait,
he's not running out.
How does the moon cut his hair?
Uh-oh.
Eclipse it.